Joe Biden's victory in the 2020 presidential election can be attributed to a combination of factors that resonated with voters across the United States. Here are some of the key reasons why Biden won. 1. Voter turnout. The 2020 election saw an unprecedented voter turnout, with more than 159 million Americans casting their ballots. This represented the highest percentage of eligible voters in a presidential election since 1900. Biden mobilized a diverse coalition, including young voters, suburban women, and voters of color, which played a crucial role in his victory. 2. Demographics and shifting suburbs. Biden's appeal to suburban voters, particularly women, helped him flip key battleground states. Many voters were disillusioned with the Trump administration's handling of issues such as COVID-19, racial tensions, and climate change. The shift among suburban voters was particularly notable in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, where Biden made significant gains compared to Hillary Clinton's performance in 2016. 3. Handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic emerged as a pivotal issue during the election. Many voters criticized President Donald Trump's response to the crisis, believing it was inadequate and chaotic. Biden positioned himself as a leader who would prioritize public health and restore confidence to the federal government. His messaging focused on science-based policies and a clear plan to combat the virus, which resonated with a large segment of the electorate. 4. Economic concerns. The economic fallout from the pandemic also played a significant role in the election. Many Americans were worried about job losses, business closures, and economic instability. Biden's promise to provide economic relief and build back better appealed to voters who were seeking stability and recovery in uncertain times. His proposals for infrastructure investment, clean energy, and job creation were seen as proactive measures to address the economic challenges. 5. Coalition building and grassroots mobilization. Biden's campaign effectively built a broad coalition that included not only traditional Democrats but also independents and disenchanted Republicans. Grassroots organizations mobilized voters through door-to-door canvassing, phone banking, and social media outreach. This grassroots effort, combined with significant financial support from small donors, enabled the Biden campaign to compete effectively in battleground states. 6. Negative perception of Trump. Many voters had a negative perception of Donald Trump by the time of the election, particularly concerning his rhetoric and behavior. Issues such as his handling of race relations, climate change, and his response to the protests following the death of George Floyd alienated some voters. Biden's campaign capitalized on this sentiment by portraying him as a unifying figure who could restore decency and civility to the White House. Joe Biden's victory in the 2020 election was the result of a multifaceted strategy that appealed to a broad range of voters. By focusing on pressing issues such as the pandemic, economic recovery, and restoring integrity to leadership, he was able to forge a winning coalition that ultimately led him to the presidency. The combination of high voter turnout, demographic shifts, and effective messaging played a pivotal role in his success against incumbent President Donald Trump.